let's have a practical case where we meet all the different 6 steps related to process costing. So we have our scenario. We have juice mixing department. We got some information for the month of July. At the beginning of the year, at the beginning of June, we have 10,000 bottles, and we got information that 50% juice concentrate and 30% for conversion costs, which include labor plus overhead. During the month of June, we have 10,000 units started, 52,000 bottles complete, and those two. We have working in progress at the end of June for 8,000 bottles and completion 100% for bottles. All juice added up front and 50% of conversions. Also, we have another information about the beginning working in progress. 10,000 for materials and 6,000 for conversions. We have costs added in June related to material with the amount of 110,000. So I have created all the 6 steps here in Excel to make it, and you can download these sheets in order to use it for example. We need to start by looking for analyzing the physical flow, and we need to make sure that the beginning units plus unit started is equal to unit completed plus working in progress. So the beginning work in progress, we have 10,000. Then we have started 50,000 units. And if we make addition, we get 60,000 units. Then we have units completed, which is 52,000. Then we have ending work in progress for 8,000. And we make addition and we find 60,000. So we have seen before that beginning work in progress plus units started should be equal to unit completed plus ending work in progress. So here the first step is complete and we got the right data. Step number 2, we need to calculate equivalent unit. This table, which includes cost category, we said that we have materials and which include labor and overhead. Here we have unit completed. Here we have ending working in progress, the total of equivalent units. So we continue, we calculate equivalent units. So this table summarize all the steps. First, we need to calculate the completed units. You see in the example that we have 52,000 completed. So for both material and conversion. Then we need to calculate ending work in progress for both. So for the labor, we get information. We have 8,000 bottles at the end of the period, 8,000. We have 8,000, 100% of material and 50% of conversions. So here we need to make the calculation. We have 8,000 bottles as work in progress times 100% for material. We do the same thing for conversion, but here we put 50%. And we get ending work in progress for the total of 4,000. Here we make the calculation. And we have the equivalent units for 60,000 for material, 56,000 for conversions. Next, step number 3, we need to determine the total cost. And we have created a table, the beginning work in progress, cost added, get the total cost. The table. So beginning working in progress, we had for material, we had 10,000. And for conversions, we had 6,000. And for the material added, we had 110,000. 110,000. And we have 106,000 conversion cost added. So we put it, we get the total for material, the total cost for material 120,000. And for conversions, we got the total cost for 112,000. Step number 4 is to calculate the cost per equivalent unit. We need to calculate for material and conversions. And here we got all the information that helps us to calculate. So we get the total costs, you get equivalent units for material and conversions. So you divide the materials on the total equivalent units, and you get the cost per equivalent is $2. Then step number 5 is to assign costs to different units. So we start by cost to complete units, and we get the total completed unit is 52 times materials for 2 per unit. Then we'll do the same thing for conversions times the conversion per unit, which is $2. And we get the total cost to complete unit is 208,000. Then continue to cost to engine work in progress. First for material. So we have 8,000 units completed for materials times $2. And we get the total materials. And for the conversions, we have 50% from 8,000, as the information before, 50% of conversion. So it's 4,000 times the conversion per unit, which is 2. And we get the total cost to end in work in progress for 24,000. So this is step number 5. Then finally, we go to step number 6, which is reconcile cost. So here we need to calculate the total cost to account for, which is 120 plus 112,000 for conversions. And we get total of 232. Then we calculate the total cost assigned, which is the addition of cost to complete plus total work in progress. And we get the same value. We make check and it's 0. So this is all the steps how to calculate process costing.